Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Curious Kalyan. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about my Disha interview experience. So I'm having like 2.5 years of experience, but while giving interview for Disha, I was having around 2 years of experience. So they had like a requirement for a testing resource in their team. So it's a requirement for Disha Bangalore and Disha Hyderabad. So Disha is a financial, investment. Domain, and they have a really great profile in the banking sector and all this finance and investments related domain. So and they offered package like around for my role they offered 18 LPA. So it was a role, member of technical staff 1, and they were looking for a engineer who is having like 0 to 2 years of experience. So that time I was having less than 2 years of experience only, so they considered my profile. So in this video I'm going to talk about like how I got the call and what and all the interview process and how it went, and what and all the questions and coding questions they have asked. I will share everything, and one more thing, like I'll share the feedback, whatever feedback I got that time I had received from the interviewer or from the recruiter. So before going ahead, I would like to introduce a new initiative from our channel. So many of you are asking like, oh, you're talking about unnecessary things on you're showing that and this, but you're not actually clarifying our doubts. We have so many doubts. Actually, we wanted to switch job like you, and I was working in a support project. I wanted to switch my company. I wanted to switch my domain also, and some people like freshers who just joined like 1 year back or 2 years back, and now they wanted to do some transition in their career. People like actually people who falls under these categories. So you are watching, so I thought of coming up with a new medium of interaction. So to engage with you, I started one-on-one top mate mentorship. So if anybody is interested to talk to me personally, I'm starting top. I was actually looking for an opportunity. How can I interact with you? But one of my friend who is working in Atlassian, and he suggested me. Actually, he is mentoring many people in so through LinkedIn, and he has lot of audience. So he suggested go for topmet. So I'm on topmet now. So if anybody is interested to talk to me personally, if you want to get any guidance from me, personal guidance like in switching your job, or if you want to get your resume reviewed, or if you want to get some kind of mentorship in shaping your career, especially QA automation engineers who are already in manual testing, you wanted to upgrade to automation. Yes, there is a really good scope for automation engineers also. I got really 200% hike in my past companies if you compare with Accenture. So it's actually a boom for you to join into QA automation roles right now. So I'm actually interested to mentor a few people who are actually interested to switch their domain from different support or non-ID to testing, even from testing also testing to automation, full-time automation engineers. So I can share few people. I can actually contribute in actually mentoring, one-on-one mentoring. So here is the chance for you to enroll and at least register and just see. And I'm opening this forum for free for like for a couple of days. So if anybody is interested to talk to me one-on-one, if you have any doubts, maybe if you are a fresher looking for a job, for your first job and all, so just register in topmed and schedule a free call, one-on-one call. It's going to be for a few minutes. So you can talk to me, you can avail this offer during Pongal. So click on the link given in the description, and if the link is active still, whenever you go through that link, whenever you find it this video, I'm not sure, maybe you are watching after 1 month, maybe you are watching after 2 months, I'm not sure till what time I'll keep it. I'm thinking like till January end I'll open like free calls. After that I might charge for that if the traffic is more. So but always one-on-one 5 minutes free call will be there. So I am charging 0 rupees for that. So just like a trial call, you can talk to me and you can register yourself, and if you have any query you can reach out to me. సో ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడుకుంటే ఐ గాట్ ఎ కాల్ ఫ్రమ్ డిషా రిక్రూటర్. సో ఆ కాల్ కూడా ఇఫ్ యూ సీ దట్ వాస్ ఫ్రమ్ యునో Disha official number. So even in Truecaller, everywhere I have searched, and that was throwing like Disha Disco. So they have some recruitment agency like Disha, you know, Co. So that's what their full form. So they have this Desco India some portal. So I got a call from them, and they said like, we are looking for someone who is like similar experience of yours, and we are interested. We have gone through your LinkedIn, resume. I think I have only applied. I have seen that opportunity on LinkedIn, but actually I went to the company's career portal and I have applied there, and they have vacancies for Bangalore and both Hyderabad locations that time. So the role is like a member of technical staff 1, and they offered me like 18 LPA. So that was the call. Then they asked me, okay, let me know when what is the available time. I said like I have asked them like a couple of months, couple of weeks. So after 3 weeks I have given my date, so during that time I can prepare. So they are not like anybody else, like we wanted immediate joiners. With that time actually I was having 3 months notice period. I was not on notice period also. They were kind enough actually. So they did not ask me on package or your notice period, nothing. So they were okay with 3 months notice period also. So they called me and I said like, after 3 weeks I'll be free, you can schedule interview that time. So she has actually scheduled one interview slot. So that time I had received an invitation. That time after 3 weeks before 2 days to the actual interview date, she called me and she said like, okay, we have already scheduled, did you remember? So can you please attend that interview, or you want any reschedule? I said that's fine. So then they have actually scheduled that call. So in that email I have received the pattern of the interview process. So in that actually they mentioned the one phase code round. So phase code round would be coding round, so where you will be doing live coding with interview present in the interview, that phase code platform. So how phase code platform works, I will tell you. So phase code platform is a platform where you will be coding, and that coding question will be given by the interviewer. He will be sitting with you on the interview, like it's a live coding round with the interviewer. So interviewer will be sitting directly with you. So without any further delay, let's get started. And first question was like, he explained about all his role and responsibilities, what and all he was working there. So he shared about his role, his designation, and just something like his self-introduction. So after that he asked like, what and all you are doing, could you please tell me about yourself? So I have given my self-introduction very clearly. So once I am done, and he was also done with your, once we both were done with our self-introduction, he started asking questions. So it was a face code round. So face code is a platform something like HackerEarth or HackerLank, so where you and interviewer will be joining in that with a same link. Like he will join as interviewer and you will be joining as an interviewee. He will explain the code. For example, he will be sitting with you in the same interview platforms. Just he will see what and all you are doing, how you are coding. It's a live coding round. So I was actually sitting with him, and he actually started giving a question. So there were a couple of questions. I think he had asked me like, how would you rate yourself, how much you can code. So he had inquired about my coding and abilities. So I said like, I'm not that pro in coding and all. So that he had like given some coding which is not that difficult according to him. Maybe I felt in that way. So he had explained me the code like, this is the clear expectations from this question. So and that time actually I did not get the question. So he had explained about like the question multiple times, and that was a quick and impressive part from his side, because sometimes interviewers might get frustrated because you will not understand the question, but how we would expect from you the correct answer. But he was very humble. I must appreciate people from Microsoft, Disho, and all the interviewers, team leads, and all. They stay very patient, and they give a lot of importance to the other interview person who is sitting with them, because they take that privilege of sitting with the best brains in the world. So before actually starting with the actual coding, he asked me, just think about it. So he has given one question, like it's with the arrays. So two arrays will be there, and he asked me about some permutation and combinations. So you need to produce number of possible combinations. So I should actually admit, I was actually not getting the question first in the first instance, and the second instance, though I get the question, I don't even know how to do it manually. It's an aptitude question. I don't know how to do it manually, permutations, combinations, but he's asking me to write a code for that. I have no clue how I can do that. But okay, forget about what and all I have given interview, but in the interview, but at least we'll go with the questions. So that was the question. And then he actually asked me, so what is your approach, how do you want to proceed, and how do you want to achieve this? So please explain me first, then we'll dive into the logic, how you can develop, and we'll see the syntax in the next part. So it was an interview of 1 to 1.5 hours. It's a good solid time slot. So we were having good time. So he has given me some time. Actually that time I was thinking a lot of minutes, and then he said, okay, he got frustrated, maybe he said, okay, now you can tell me or not. Then I shared my what and all I was thinking, what and all that was going on my mind that time. And he had asked me a few questions, like then we discussed mutually, and like what and all, how we can solve and all. Then he found that no, it's gonna like that's not the way and all. We had some discussion, and then actually that we were done, because I couldn't even go ahead with the that part. Which part? Coding part, because I was not even solving that question manually, normally. So how someone can expect from me to code that? So without any time wasting, he just moved ahead to the next round. Then he started asking me questions like how you will write the unit test cases for this particular code. Okay, we are actually done with the coding, so we are fine. And now someone has wrote the code, and now you need to write unit test cases in order to test this particular code for this particular scenario. So you can think about it. And he had given me some 10 minutes or 5 minutes of time. You can take your own time. And he said, think and get back to us. And now it's on me. I was a manual tester that time. I'm really having good experience in writing manual test cases, maybe even unit test cases also. So that time he was expecting different edge case scenarios from me. I have given 50% of what he was expecting that time. But he was expecting more flows or more corner scenarios or edge case scenarios. But that time actually, with my knowledge, with my understanding, I haven't given less. I did not met his requirements, expectations. But he thought okay, think scenarios in this way, think scenarios in that way, he shared. And also that time I was not an automation engineer, so I don't know actually how I can make that. But the scenarios and what he had asked me, then I realized, okay, in this way also we can think, in this way also we can write all these test cases to cover branch coverage and statement coverage and other loop coverage. We have all those unit testing techniques, right? Okay, we are done with that. And he was not satisfied, or I think clearly I could see he was not satisfied with that. Whatever answers I have given, I'm still having that all a rough book that I used that time. So this was the rough book, and I'm having all those questions written in my book. So next we move to the next segment. That time actually it's a payment application he has given me. So okay, you said you are working in payment stream, so let's talk about a payments application. We have a payments application. We have several pages. Customer chooses something like some some service, and then he needs to go ahead to the payment page. So in payment page he need to validate what and all things you will do. For example, actually they introduced one captcha before making payment. They introduced one captcha. So that is the new enhancement that they had made to this particular page. So now how you will write the test cases, particularly especially pertaining to this payments application page. So that time actually I was giving different scenarios, like flow starting from end I'll check again, and first forward flow, and negative scenarios and all I was telling. But he said like coupon code. So I'm stressing again, think about coupon area. So that time maybe I don't know, yeah, my mind has evaluated, evolved in these recent times. So that time actually maybe I was dumb, I was not giving clear answers. I would actually answer in a better way if this interview had done in recent times. So then actually next we went to the next round, like all the scenarios I have told, and he was actually not agreeing with me, and he was expecting something else. But it was a quiet and a decent discussion. That before coding round was I was actually dumb, but here actually I actually made some impression. And now next we move to the testing questions. So he had asked me like where do you get logs, and if something failed, how will you check and all, he was asking. And then how do you check logs, and something fails, how you will check, I said logs. And then he asked where you get all those logs, and do you know anything related to endpoints or APIs, and how do you get an endpoint URL from the browser, because you are testing web applications, right? And all he asked. And depending upon your experience and profession, they will give like all the coding questions, or all because depending upon your proficiency only they will ask questions, as what I had experienced. And there were no MCQ questions actually. There were completely just one coding round. Even you don't go, even if you don't clear that coding round, it's not a big mess. They will go ahead with the all these technical questions, all interview questions. So that is really quick, and it's a good opportunity for any QA test engineer, because sometimes we are not actually, as a QA automation engineers, we don't have good exposure to the coding. So that doesn't mean that we are less capable than developers, or we are not qualified to do this job. So that time actually people like this interviewer give some good opportunity for us to explore by asking different questions. So in my case also he asked different questions. And so he asked me like, how would you rate yourself in Java? And I said like, out of 5, how would you rate? And I said what and all I was having that time. And then few couple of questions related to testing, few questions related to Java. And that's all about my interview experience. Actually it was a quick round. So once I cleared this round, then we will have a technical round 1. So in technical round 1 they will be asking questions related to testing, and again coding, coding, but it's like overall coding. You don't have to go to face code. And the next questions related to Java and DBMS and all, they'll ask SQL. And then we have like a TR2 where actually a manager will sit with us and they will ask questions. So it's completely a managerial round. And next we have HR round, and in HR round they will ask questions related to your package, and why are you switching your job, and they will ask you different HR questions, your strengths and weaknesses, and where do you see yourself in the next coming 5 years and all. So that's all about this quick interview process in DESA. And at the end of the interview, again, like I do in every interview, like here also when he asked that question, like, do you have any queries? That time I said like, yes, I have a query. And yeah, in that point actually I asked if I got placed, what are you expecting from me, in which in which project, or which for which position you are actually hiring. And actually he said, if you got hired, we'll be placing you so and so, and your job responsibility is going to be this much and all. He shared. I was actually interested in full automation, and actually he said like, you're going to be depending upon the requirements, it's a product based company, you're going to be work on automations there, and sometimes you will contributing manual, and you need to develop frameworks and all, he said. And I was all right, and I was asking like, do you have any feedback videos of improvements? Then he said, no, actually, HR will get back to you. That was the answer he shared with me. So that's all about my design interview experience. It was very quick and quite decent discussion I had with Disha. They were pretty much intelligent people work in DISA, and he was actually in the DISA office while he was giving interview, because I could see people walking around in the backdrop. People were in the shorts and all. Actually, DISA is a good decent company. They offer good packages even for the freshers also. I see quality assurance engineers who joined from campus directly to the DISA. They are offering 18 LPA, but might be I'm having 0 to 2 years of experience. I would expect like more than 20 LPA if I got hired. But unfortunately, one thing I would regret from 2023 is I couldn't clear this DISA interview. But maybe if not now, in future, definitely I would. I think maybe I hope again DISA opportunity will hit, will knock the door. Fingers crossed. Hope for the best. And I see coming future, maybe I would evolve myself as a QA automation engineer much more and do better, and give it a good shot. And one more thing, whenever you give interviews, if not now, in the coming couple of years, you should definitely achieve that point. I was giving this interview back like in 2023, May, that time. So that time I was not prepared. So I missed this opportunity. But if I have given this interview now, definitely I would clear. So what had changed? Nothing has changed, right? So it's just a 6 months difference, and that time you did not prepare anything. So you prepared now so that you are clearing interviews. So I would tell you, don't wait for some time. Don't wait for the time till that opportunity hits you. So we never know when that opportunity hits us. Suddenly you are working and you are reaching your last working day. That time only someone will call and they will take your interview. So don't wait. If something or someone will call me, then only I will learn. No, nothing like that. You just start preparing yourself. So because of lack of preparation only, I lost this opportunity. So imagine someone losing opportunity of 20 LPA in early in his career, who are actually accepting 90 days notice period, which who actually not even looking at your past experience. So what someone would expect? This is all we wanted, right? So that time I was not actually prepared, so I lost this opportunity. But now I prepared, but I don't have this opportunity. So be prepared. We never know when the opportunity comes. So preparation is the only thing, only difference is all I would like to tell you. Yeah, that's all about me and my digital interview experience. If you have any specific questions, do let me know in the comment section, or book a one-on-one free session with me on TopMed. Thank you.